Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my drive-by. 82 degrees in southern Florida. It's Wednesday. Hey, I wanted to bring up a subject, and today's subject is going to be, and this is actually a reality check, a reality call, anti-gunners out there. People who are anti-gunners. I'm going to ask a few questions if you don't like guns. And answer me, please. Subscribe, please comment. Let's have a dialogue. Too many people do not have dialogues. I have a question. What kills people when we're talking about guns? People kill people, right? Upset, deranged, and maybe people who have concealed carry permits that shouldn't have them kill people. People with emotional problems kill people. People with mental disease kill people. People with mental disease and upset kill people. People on medications kill people. The whole reason they're on medications is because they're not thinking correctly, and through medication they're trying to correct their problem. But the big problem is most of your medications have side effects, okay? And I'm saying it slow so everybody understands. Side effect. What's a side effect? Well, a side effect is sort of like if you take aspirin for a pain in your knee, you might get a little indigestion, okay? So it's fixing the pain in your knee, but it's giving you another problem. But of course the medications they're getting are not aspirin, they're psychotropic medications. Psychotropic, right? Psychotropic, tropic, right? The brain, the body. So what happens is these medications act on the brain, on the mind. Whereas where you would need the most clear and concise thinking, especially if you're going to have a gun or something, right? Or, you know, psychotropic medications when you're driving a car. Well, you might decide all of a sudden I'm going to run into the school building where people do and kill people, or crash into Walmart into somebody's house, or I'm going to knock down mailboxes, or whatever you're going to do with your car, right? What is killing the people or damaging? Not the car, the people behind the car. These airliners that sometimes crash and the pilot was drunk or he had a seizure. What killed the pilot? The pilot, right? If we could get a robot to run it, nobody would die. So, first of all, we have to look at what is the problem. It's the person. The person is the problem in all of these killings and shootings. Second of all, how can we alleviate it? Well, number one, anti-gunners. Years ago, people that had psychiatric problems or emotional problems were mistreated. They were locked up in hospitals, they drilled holes in their head, they gave them electroshock, they had no rights, okay? They were treated horribly like animals. So the federal government and the states got together and enacted privacy laws and morality laws for these mental people. So they gave them a lot of rights. And the doctors, they told the doctors, you can't give information out under perjury, under penalty of losing their licenses and stuff. So the mental affected people got a lot of unalienable rights, okay? These rights are still into force today. That's why many people that are mental and are on medication, they don't report this. Because the doctor doesn't have to give out privileged information. And there's HIPAA, that HIPAA that came into force a few years. That's about medical records and stuff. And that even strengthens it. So a medical condition or a medical record or something you have is not to be reported to anybody. Not even law enforcement. The only time it's reported to law enforcement is if you did a crime. Well, most of these mental people are, under medications. They haven't done crimes. They don't have they don't have criminal records or anything. But they do have issues where they're on medication and they're psychiatric and they might be thinking about killing people and murdering people. But nobody reports this to the background check. We already have a background check. When you buy a firearm, you have to pass it. Okay? Most of these people passed background checks, and it's not because of a loophole in there. It's because the government and the states are not reporting this to the background organization that does the checks. So then we have what you see, unreported instances, and then people go in a Navy shipyard and kill everybody, or they go into school and shoot everybody, and they were on medications and they were mental. And the psychiatrist knew it, and his doctor knew it, and everybody knew it, but nobody reported it. And then they say, gun control. We need stricter background checks. Loopholes for guns at the gun shows. It's a bunch of bullshit. It really is, guys. It really is bullshit. And anti-gunners, how can you fix that? If you fix that one single thing there, it will probably prevent a lot of people from getting guns. They got them. But the bottom line is also we have to understand, if somebody is mentally deficient, they're mentally deficient. If they're mental, is that going to correct overnight? No. The medical professional needs to report this to law enforcement. Law enforcement has to watch them. They have to put them on the books for their background check. They have to monitor them, but they don't do that because of the laws. So some of the laws need to be thinned out, loosened up, lightened up for the mentally affected people. I'll put it that way. Because years ago they were tortured. They were brutalized. It was horrible. Yes, I agree. They were living in piles of shit in homes there, and it was horrible. And it's good they passed all those laws and stuff. But today, now they have too many rights. So that's why you see what you see, and what we have. So anti-gunners, get off the kick-ass, Quit trying to ban. If you ban every single gun, somebody's mental, they'll grab a knife and do it, or they'll pour acid on somebody, or you use a hammer. What's the difference? They're going to kill somebody, they're going to kill them. Then you're saying, well, if guns ain't around, man, dude, I could go get a knife, right? And if I run into a crowd with a knife and there's no guns, a knife is a pretty scary thing, an 8-inch butcher knife, because you wouldn't want to get cut. And how are you going to stop the person? You won't have no guns, you won't have no mace, you have nothing to throw rocks at them. So then you bring in another thing, unless you grab a knife, and you both have a knife fight in the yard. I see knife fights. You don't want to be in a knife fight. That's a scary thing. It's almost scarier than a gun and knife. Because you look at that where somebody's going to slice your friggin' artery or stab you or get you cut. Nobody wants to get cut. That's a scary thing of getting cut from a blade. Especially you get a big damn butcher knife running down the street. I've seen a guy running down the street with a butcher knife trying to kill somebody. I've seen it in the neighborhood. But anti-gunners, think about it. It's just asinine, the thought. Think about correcting our mental institution, giving more training instead of all this energy. Anti-gunners are like the anti-abortionists. They're the same way. Creating crime and hurting people to get a point across, and that's wrong. But thanks a lot. I'd like to know what everybody thinks. Thanks for tuning to my drive-by, especially anti-gunners. Bye.